man, I'm back, but I don't know if this thing's gonna work. Can everybody hear me? I don't know what happened. I lost my chat. The chat I'm talking about is a chat that shows up on the screen, on the game. I can see your chat, but it's not showing up on the game, so I don't know what's going on. I hate these technical things. But anyway, can you guys hear me okay? Well, we'll just wait and see. I don't know. I think I lost everybody. There's Bill. I don't know what happened. There it is. It's showing up on the screen now. I don't know what I did wrong. I did something not right. Wow, that seems awful big. It wasn't that big before, I don't think. Interesting. Of course, Wisebot will come in. Alright, well, there's ways to adjust that. I don't think I have it. I think I got it too big. But we'll find out. Yeah, they kind of left. I don't blame them. I started the stream and it wasn't working, and I thought, well, the time to stop it and fix it was right now before I get a lot of people in. Well, maybe they'll come back. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. I need to get some. They don't take straw. The pigs, I think, need straw. Nope, looks like I got straw for them. Alright, I think I got everybody strawed up, so I'll go dump this. Everybody fled. Run! Run, you fools! I don't know. I guess you can hear me. Can't you, Bill? Can you hear me okay? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'll tell you what. I hate technical issues. It's the bane of my existence. Man, the weed sure came up. I guess that's weeds. Run! Run, you fools! Well, I got a couple people back anyway. The time to do it was when I first started. I mean, I immediately saw I didn't have my chat, and I thought, oh man. Right, well, the time to fix it is now before I get, a lot of people on, so I shut the thing down and worked on it. Oh well, I got a couple hours to get everybody back. We had one hell of a storm last night. I don't know if it was just a coincidence, but I had a friend of mine that owned a video store, a DVD rental store, and she had a poster in the back from a movie called Rudy. It's about Rudy, oh God, what was his name? Rudy Rudiger. He was a football player for Notre Dame. He's a little bitty short guy, and they wouldn't let him play. Anyway, it's a long story. It's like a Rockies movie, like a Rocky, about an underdog football player, college football player. And anyway, she had the poster for the movie, which just said Rudy, because that's the name of the movie. She had it framed and mounted for me as a gift. And it's hanging here next to my computer monitors, and I got up this morning and it was on the floor. So I don't know what happened. I can't imagine the storm knocked it down. How could that be? The storm didn't get in the house. But we lost our power last night. I was right in the middle of a game, about 9:30, and all the power went out. Hey, Unit Raiser, how you doing? We finally got the power back about, I don't know, midnight, 1 o'clock, sometime around there. By then I was already sleeping, so I just stayed in bed. But it was a hell of a storm. Now, it's normal for us to get storms like that in the wintertime. We had, wasn't actually too bad. It was 35 to 45 mile an hour winds with 70 mile an hour gusts, which is actually kind of mild for our area. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what happened. The power went out, and then it kept flickering for about 5 minutes, and I immediately ran over and unplugged my computers. I just yanked the plug out of the wall, out of the back of the computer. Now, I do have those power strips, they're supposed to surge protectors. I do have those, but if you already know there's going to be a power issue and you're going to bed, you might as well just unplug everything, be on the safe side. That's what I did. All right, let's see. We got to finish off this field. He's full, almost. Full as full can be. BD's Drake is out for FS19. Does anybody know what BD's Drake is? Is that a piece of equipment? Big Bud half truck would look epic. I suppose it would. I'm doing good. All right, let's get this grain picked up here. Now, I did go in and beef up the brakes on this thing. We'll see if they work. Hopefully. I saw somebody come in just as I was going offline. I hope they come back. It was Surrey Lynn. I haven't seen Surrey for a while. Actually, probably, I can't recall seeing him except for on a live stream, except for the Jordan's Farm live streams. So I hope he comes back in. Okay, look what I got, guys. I got my helper back. There's David Weir's on the combine. Barley's good for making whiskey. Now, somebody mentioned that the update in the game fixed the pile on the end. Well, I do have the updated game. And to me, it doesn't seem like it's done anything to the piles that the game leaves on the end of the fields. Now, that could have something to do with mods. I've not tried a game that was unmodded to find out whether it's leaving piles on the end of the fields or not. If anybody knows anything about that, just let me know. But to me, there doesn't seem to be any difference. And when they mentioned that in the last live stream, after the live stream was over, I checked my game version, and it was the game version they said had been updated. So I was playing it last week, or last live stream a couple days ago. It was the new updated game that I had, and it didn't seem to make any difference to me, but what do I know? Eee! Ghost Rider. Aye! You hear that all the time, these Chinese movies and stuff where they're out chop sueying at each other, and one of them will scream out when he falls off a cliff. Aye! It's pretty common. There's Sarah. Hey, Lynn, do you still have a black screen? Yeah, it was my problem. I started the live stream and I did not have the in-game chat. And I thought, well, you know, I've only been on a couple of minutes. Maybe if I have to stop the stream and fix it, maybe now's the time, because, you know, I didn't have anybody online. So what's going on here? That's did he get stuck on a pile of straw again? Doggone it. So I kind of decided that if I was going to try to fix the chat, it'd be best if I did it in the first 5 minutes of the live stream than to wait till I got a lot of people in and decide to do it. So that's what I did. Apologize for that. I kind of hate that there's no way to really test the live stream without going live. It's a pain in the ass. You'd think you'd be able to go online so that people couldn't see you, so you could test it. Like, you could, it'd be cool if you could go online and be invisible, so that you could test some things to make sure they're working. But if there is, I have no idea how to do it. Yeah, I could do that. Unfortunately, people don't know how to read in this day and age, and they still complain. What's this? This is the worst stream I've ever seen. You suck, man. You suck. Did you read the title? No, I don't know how to read. I've been educated in America. Yeah. That's your problem right there. Need to go to private school. All right, now let's see if I can get off this big pile of crap. Whoa. As a matter of fact, it even looks like it's worse than it was, if that's possible. All right, we're going to hire another worker. Let's see who we got. We got Chris Hamlet now. Is going to try. Hopefully he can finish this field out. Hi, Santa. I'm Santa? Cool. I look like Santa. You want FS19? Oh, you're asking Santa for a present. How you doing, Brendan? How do you know where to click to get to create an account for social networks? I'm not sure if I understand the question, Lynn. Are you talking to me specifically? Or are you asking the question how to do it? Because I don't do social networks. Uh-oh. I heard some noise. Where's the minions at? Oh, I lost my minions. Uh-oh, I gotta fix that. Thank you. Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate it. Oh my God, guys, I lost my minions. Well, I'll have to fix that later. Here's what happened. I made the mistake of trying to do a YouTube live stream the other day, 2 days ago, I think it was. And when I set everything up for YouTube, it just completely messed my Twitch account up. And so I've lost everything that I had. Because I had little minions popping up and all kinds of stuff. And if you notice, the chat on screen is like super large. For those of you that are old and can't read, it's going to work really well. But for the rest of you, it's going to cover half the screen. Oh, that thing. Yeah, I got you, Lynn. Yeah, they seem to be able to get onto social networks. I don't know if that's because the social networks must put all their instructions in hieroglyphics now. Because I notice everybody's putting a picture of a heart and thumbs up and fingers wagging. And, you know, it's like we're going back to the caveman days. They got these little icons and what do they call those? Not icons, but little smiley faces. They got a word for it. I can't remember because I'm not social. Chocolate covered strawberries. So Brendan, do you think you're going to get FS19 for Christmas? I can put a word into Santa. Emojis, right? Emojis. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's how people talk now. They don't know how to spell. They don't know how to read. They have no grammar skills. Now, basically, I have to think about it. I do know grammar, and I have been educated. But sometimes you wouldn't know it. I catch myself once in a while when I say something that's not very grammatically correct. Uh-oh, now what are you getting, Bill? What is that? What is that? Don't click it. Oh, too late! Why'd you put it up? You don't want anybody to click it. Jeez, thank you. What the hell? Okay, so next time, put up a note that says, I'm going to put a link in the chat for everybody to see, but don't click on it. Okay. Okay, I gotta ask, was I the only one that clicked on that link? Because if I was, then my face is red. He put the wrong one on. Oh, God. My face is so red, I gotta open a window, let some fresh air in here. Holy smokes. Oh. Alright, let's go see if we can finish this. I sent it through a virus checker first. Oh, yeah, mine automatically goes through a virus checker. I'm paranoid. Craig 7147. What link? What link? You don't really want to know, Craig. How you doing today, Craig? I hope you're doing well. I hope. I keep forgetting I'm back on Twitch now and you have a different name. Somebody just got paid $125. What? They're supposed to be getting paid in grain. Come on. Who's doing that to me? Keep me on my toes. Yeah. Well, even when I'm on my toes, I'm only about 5'9". I'm 5'8" if I don't stand on my tiptoes. So I wear ballet shoes all the time to give me a couple extra inches. I used to wear cowboy boots, but my foot doctor told me I had to knock it off. I was born without any arches in my feet. I have flat feet like nobody's business. And I wore cowboy boots for quite a number of years because, well, I used to break horses. And there's a reason you have cowboy boots. If you don't, your foot will go through the stirrup and you'll end up, breaking a leg or something. So you have to have a boot with a sizable heel on it, and you have to have a boot that has a pointy front end so that it can slip into the stirrup easily, when you're trying to get on the horse. So I wore cowboy boots for a number of years, and finally my doctor said, those are killing your feet, buddy. Plus the fact I got bunions from my father. I inherited bunions, so I have bunions too. They're not terribly bad. My dad had a lot worse bunions than I've got. Mine are barely noticeable. But suffice it to say, I don't have really beautiful feet. Your kids walk on tiptoes? How's Rudy the elf doing? And Bella, is Bella getting Rudy into trouble? If anybody knows what a Elf on the Shelf is, Scorpion got one for his kids this year, and they named it after me for some reason. Actually, I think he said his wife named it after me. She must think I'm the devil in disguise. Elf on the Shelf's hanging by a rope in his son's room from the ceiling fan. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm not clicking that. I'm not going to be suckered again. What do you mean, lovely snow? Was there a? What'd you do? Throw one of your dirty blondes out in a snowdrift? Let me go check on the... Oh, he still didn't make it. Alright, let's get our second one. Click it, Rudy. Click it. Fun snow. I'm afraid to. You guys have suckered me more than once. Alright. Hang on, though. I gotta do it in a different window because it'll mess up my stream. Alright, I don't see anything. There's no... Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Wow. That's kind of cool. Is that somebody in their truck picking up beets? Sugar beets in the snow? Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open Dodge. Over the hills we go. I can't remember the word name. I can't remember words to music to save my soul. So I have to make up my own, and sometimes they're not very clean. My wife used to get mad at me. We'd be on vacation. What? Can't read that, but it looks like you have a lot of lights on that don't need to be on. What's STFU? Sure thing for you to notice. Is that what that is? No. Sure thing. Find your own. No, that wouldn't be. That'd be a Y. Sure thing. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh. It's kind of like foobar, huh? That's slang for a curse word. And remember, now this leads me right back to my earlier conversation. If people don't know how to type or read or write, you have to figure it out. It's in hieroglyphics. Everything's broken down into, cryptic words and things. I'm surprised there's not a little heart someplace in there. Or the rear end of a sheep or something. I don't know. Snafu. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I'll get in trouble. Somebody suckered me into talking politics here a week ago, and I almost quit live streaming. So I'm going to stick to farming. You guys, just for me, a little heart. Thank you. I'm going to leave the controversial subjects to you guys. I get in trouble, and then I feel bad about it, and then I feel embarrassed and don't want to ever come back on live. Situation normal. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's kind of like foobar, isn't it? I think foobar is slang for something similar to that. Effed up beyond a reasonable doubt or something like that. Yeah, effed up beyond all reason, I think foobar is. But I haven't heard that in a long time. People don't use that anymore. They have some new age thing they say now. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. It works both ways. Effed up beyond all repair or effed up beyond all reason. I think it happened back in the day computer science just started. And that's why they said repair. It was electrical pieces that weren't fixable or something. Electronics. That's where it came from, was in that generation of engineering. But it works the other way too. Effed up beyond all reason. That works too. Military slang. Military slang. I mean like jarhead or something like that. Oh, I saw some video yesterday. Some of these places. See, I'm going to get into politics again, though, if I do that. But it really bothered me. People are trying to get rid of stuff in Christmas. Some school, the principal sent out a memo for the holidays that said there would be no any kind of Christmas was not going to be tolerated in this school district, and she banned candy canes, because candy canes, if you turn them upside down, is the letter J, which stands for Jesus, and you can't have that. That's not something you can have in a school. You can't say the word Jesus or God or anything like that. And then she said, at this time of year, the colors red and green represent a religious holiday. So she was banning the colors red and green. You couldn't have anything red or green in the school. And those were some of the sillier things, but it went on and on and on about how you couldn't have anything to do with Christmas in the school. And the people got so upset that the school district came in and removed her. They put her on suspension and said that that wasn't the school's policy, that that principal didn't have any right doing that. But even so, where does she get the thinking? Because she said, yeah, sugar cane is the letter J, which stands for Jesus. The red and blue stripes, the red represents the blood of Christ, and the white was something else. What was the white? I can't remember what the white was, but it was the same kind of a thought. And now what is this? Is this canola? No, this is soybeans. Okay. Anyway, the whole thing is that this woman's not alone. Almost all kids. I just finished going to my kids' Christmas program. In this Christmas program that went about an hour, there was not one Christmas song. Not one. They took Broadway show songs and added things like snowflakes. You're one snowflake in a million, and some kind of nonsense like that. But there was not one, not even Jingle Damn Bells. There was no Christmas songs in what used to be a Christmas show put on by the children. But they're not allowed to say Christmas. They have to say it's the winter season, and we're going to be taking off for a winter break. They can't say they're taking off for Christmas. They can't say the word Christmas. It's just unbelievable. No, the separation in church and state has absolutely the opposite definition that people think. It doesn't have anything to do with saying, the Lord's name in a prayer, or saying allegiance to your flag, or actually, I'm waiting for the time where they take the stuff off our dollar bills and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know how you stop it, because what happens is, this was some little thing that happened at one school, but the media gets a hold of it, and the media, it pushes their buttons, because this is what they believe, and so they put it everywhere. It goes out on the news, it goes out on, because it pushes the agenda that they have in the media. I'll give you an example. Disneyland, not Disney World in the United States, Disneyland every year has a Christmas program. And this Christmas program, the general public is not invited. You get to go to this by invitation only. So you have to be some kind of celebrity, or some kind of rich person, or whatever it is. But it's put on by Disneyland. And Chris Pratt, who plays in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he also played in that movie about the dinosaurs, Jurassic World. Okay, Chris Pratt was the guest speaker this year, and he was talking about his religion and how he feels about his creator and stuff like that, and gave a prayer and all kinds of stuff. And the headline in the news, Hollywood is aghast. Like they're going to blackball this guy. Now, last year, it was Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, that gave the same speech. They were the keynote speaker. And he talked about his faith. And yeah, so, that's the headline in the news. Hollywood is aghast. They're up in arms. They've got their pitchforks out because this person happened to talk about, God during a prayer session. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, it's getting tad. But I'll tell you why it upset me. It upset me because this is supposed to be the time of year where goodwill towards man comes out in everybody. You listen to some Christmas music, it makes you feel good. You get out and you go shopping with friends, and you have family dinners, and everybody gets the Christmas spirit, and it's the best time of year for children. If you ask any kid what's their favorite holiday, they're going to say Christmas. And they're just trying to, these schools, for one, and these people that are offended by everything are just trying to ruin Christmas for the kids. And I have to admit that watching that article made me feel bad inside. And I don't feel like I normally feel at Christmas time, just knowing there's people out there that are doing stuff like this. It just makes me feel awful inside. Well, I mentioned in a live stream a while back, Brendan. One of my little ones came to me and said that they heard that Santa wasn't real, and I said, "Of course Santa's real." And they looked at me like, "What? You believe in Santa?" And I said, "Of course I do." I said, "You know, Santa's magical. Now, Santa is a spirit. Santa's the spirit of Christmas and the spirit of good tidings towards your fellow man. He's magic, and you have to believe in him." And then they said, well, one of my friends said that they saw their parents putting the Christmas presents out. And I said, well, of course they did. Do you know how many places Santa has to go to? He needs helpers. I said, I'm a Santa's helper. I said, don't you remember every Christmas I put a Santa hat on, and I've got an apron that looks like Santa's outfit. It's not a Santa Claus outfit. It's an apron that looks like a Santa Claus. And I put that on, and I put a Santa Claus hat on. I said, because I'm Santa's helper. I'm one of Santa's helpers. That's how he gets everything done. But I said, Santa's real. I believe in him. Because I said, he's a spirit. You know, he's a spirit of goodwill. I feel sad for somebody who doesn't believe Santa's not real. They must have a sad life. Was that old saying, you have to believe in something or you'll fall for anything? And that's the thing I like about it the very most, Lynn. For me, I'm not real big a Christmas person per se, because I don't like all the hoopla that goes with it. But I like the family. I like the reason for the season. There is a reason for the Christmas holiday. You know, I like the family events, and I like to give. I'm a giver. I'm not I don't receive well. I like to see the looks on people's faces when they get something. It just makes me feel good. So the fact that I can go and get Halloween candy and have to go through a Christmas aisle kind of bothers me, because that part of Christmas is way out of hand. I like the Christmas music. It makes me feel good. The elves on the shelf. Yeah, but it doesn't sound like Rudy's on the shelf very much. Yeah, Brendan, Scorpion, they named their elf on a shelf Rudy. What was it? Somebody told me yesterday they had a parrot named Rudy. And that he talked like I do. And what she meant by talk like I, she means he never shuts up. All right, I got to get something cool to drink here. Hang on. Soup du jour. The soup du jour today happens to be Mountain Dew. Brought to you by Rudy, the elf on the shelf. Oh, that's refreshing. Very good. Cooled me right down. Let's see. I need to get some more grass going here. Craig, you don't have your tree up yet? When I first got my first apartment, it was very small, and I didn't have a tree, and I didn't have the money to buy a lot of stuff, and I was, you know, my first apartment. Let's see, what am I going to do here? Toggle work mode, select work mode, widespreading. No, that works for me. Okay, so a girl that I knew, a friend of mine, went out and got a tumbleweed. If you know what that is, I was raised in the Yakima Valley in Washington State, and it's desert. And if you go up on the hills, we have these bushes called tumbleweeds, and when they get dry and stuff, they break loose, and the wind blows them around, and they tumble across the ground. That's why they call them tumbleweeds. And she got me a tumbleweed, and she sprayed it with Christmas flocking and put ornaments in it and set it on my coffee table, and then brought a couple of presents in for me and stuck them underneath the coffee table. That was my first Christmas tree. And I thought that was pretty special. Hey, Andy. How's Andy to do today? Yeah. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter, Scorpion. Uh-oh. I'm looking across the street. The kids are out there. They must be out on a, what do you call that? A tsunami test. They do that once in a while. Take the kids out, head for the hills. Ah, darn it. I don't have access to that field. It would be nice if we get course play so we can do more than one thing. I did a live stream the other day. It took me the whole live stream just to do a part of that field that I just finished in this live stream. Do I know the money mod glitch? No, but I know how to put money in the game, so it doesn't matter. Are you talking to me? Am I Irish? I have a little Irish in me, but I live in America. I've got my granddad was from Spain. My grandma was from one of my grandmas was from Norway, and I've got some English in me. And who knows what else. I think I got a little bit of Basset Hound to me, because every once in a while I want to howl at the moon. How do you put money in the game? You have to go in and you have to mod it into your XML, your game XML. That's one way. Or if you're on PC, there's probably a mod out by now that does it for you. The English, the T. I just got my my care package from London yesterday. Or I don't know where their company's at. Does anybody know where Wittard's company's at? I did talk to somebody, a friend of mine that lives in London, and he said that he works in a building across the street from me. But I can't remember where he told me, exactly where it was. But I got my package yesterday from London that I got some Earl Grey. I got 2 kinds of English breakfast, and I got a tea that I like to drink in the afternoon called Russian Caravan. It's a stronger tea, but I like stronger teas, so. What's the most money? Well, I only put in like $1 million at a time, because I don't like to have too much money, and I don't do it when I'm playing a game that I'm recording for YouTube. I do sometimes put a little bit of money in on a live stream, because live stream's a little bit different. I'm not actually playing the game like I would normally. I'm playing and talking, and I want to be able to have money to do things, otherwise there's nothing for you to see. So if I didn't have enough money to buy animals, people are always saying, well, how come you don't have any horses? Well, I don't have any money yet. Well, it's a live stream, so I don't really care. I'm not trying to play it like it's real life. So I think probably the most I've put in is about $5 million, and that was only because I just started the game and I had absolutely no equipment. If you think about it, even if you put $1 million in, all you got to do is come in here to one of these combines. There's a $500,000 right here in just one combine, and you haven't even gotten the header yet. So you buy a combine or 2, there's $1 million right there. So I usually, when I start a new game, I usually put about $5 million in, and I get rid of all of the equipment that's on the map, and put my equipment in that I like to use. That's the most I've ever put in. I've seen people that have had billions in their game. I think Lynn does. Lynn, you do that, don't you? Yeah, there you go, Scorpion. Scorpion has a wrench Uncle Bob, but he's from Texas. He's probably in the oil business. No, I can't. I can't put it in now because I'd have to shut the game down to do it. It's part of the game. I'd have to go inside the game and make the change. And to do that, I'd have to stop the game. And that would stop the live stream, so I don't want to do that now. Yeah, I thought Lynn was one that I saw. I think Lynn showed me a picture of one of his farms, and it had billions of dollars in it. And I thought, oh my God, that's a lot of money. What's the website name? Like, you mean for modding? Brendan, do you mean for getting mods? I use the ModHub US. Let's see, it's modhub.us. That's the one I use, but then I do a lot of my own modding, so I don't use too many modding pages. Speaking of modding, I haven't seen Joe Dokes today. Oh, your Xbox. Well, yeah, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have to go to Giant's page to get an Xbox mod. And they're pretty limited there. All right, well, we got that done. I'll show you what I've done. Almost every piece of equipment I've got on this farm right here has been remodded by me. This is one of my mods. I cloned this one in from Giant and modded it myself. I've modded this windrower and the tedder. I modded this one, and well, I've modded everything in the game pretty much. Where's my tractor? I need to find a tractor. That one's not being used. Let's grab this one. I'm playing on a PC, but I use the Xbox controller because I'm too lazy to set my wheel up again. In FS17 I used a driving wheel, but it's a pain in the butt, and I didn't set it up this year. Man, that John Deere's noisy. All right, we're going to tedder this and make hay out of it. All right, here we go. Let's drop it like it's hot. Get it running. We're making hay out of straw, hay out of grass. Oh, you saw the scripting's out now? I haven't had a chance to look. I've been so busy. This is probably the busiest holiday season I've had. With you know, all the family taking up all my time. But that's what it's all about. To me, anyway. Okay, now look, I'm going to show you something. See that? If I go this direction, look, it did not tedder any of that grass. Watch this. You remember that north, south, east, west thing I used to tell you about in games? Well, we've got the same issue here. Watch this. I'm going to go east instead of west. Watch what happens. It works perfectly. It works perfectly, but if I go east to west, watch this. I'm going to go east to west. Watch what happens. It doesn't work. A little bit, but it doesn't work properly. I go the other way, and it works perfect. Isn't that weird? It's not a whisper, if you can hear me. All right, hang on. I'll check. Uh, perfect. Actually, in America, that's not a truck driver's toilet. Truck driver's toilet is a plastic or glass jug that they do their duty in and then throw it out the damn window. Yeah, see, now I got a problem here. What's going on? This crazy? This game, this silly man. Yeah, plastic jug, I got you. Mountain Dew bottle. Whatever they can get their hands on. That's disgusting. Now, see, we got the north, south, east, west business now, see? If I go north, I don't have any trouble. Isn't that just the weirdest thing you ever saw? I tell you what. What age are you? How old are you? You talking to me? Hang it out the window? You know, there's some people that have tried to be helpful in the States. I know in Oregon, there's a couple places that I know they do this. It's on mountain passes where sometimes in the summer, a car will overheat and they have no access to water. And so there's people that go out and set out jugs of water in a particular place. Like if you're on a mountain pass, they'll have a pull-out spot where you can pull over off the road if you have an emergency or something. In the wintertime, it's where you'd pull off and put a set of chains on if you're slipping in the snow. People will go to this area and they will set out jugs of water so that if somebody's coming up pulling a hill and it's 100 degrees out and their car's overheating, they have access to water. They can pull in and cool their radiators down. That's the way I see it. I feel like Mike Rowe now. Well, that's the way I heard it. For those of you that don't know who Mike Rowe is, he had a show called Dirty Jobs on some cable network. And you've probably heard his voice in umpteen different kinds of videos and stuff like that. You hear his voices in Ford commercials and every place else. He has a new YouTube page where, if anybody can remember a guy named Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey used to have a radio show where he'd do his version of the news. He didn't say it was the news. He said, this is Paul Harvey's news. And he would talk about things that interested him that were in the news. But he also had a program called The Rest of the Story, where he would tell you a story of somebody or something that happened that you didn't know the details of. And he called it, at the end, he'd say, and that's the rest of the story. Well, Mike Rowe has a program now that he has on a YouTube page where he does kind of the same thing. He'll come in and he'll sit in front of a desk and a microphone and he'll tell you a story. Now, he doesn't say, and that's the rest of the story. What he says is, well, that's the way I heard it anyway. That's the way I heard it. That's his catchphrase. And it's pretty good. It's a lot of interesting stuff that he talks about. Discovery Channel? Yeah. Yeah, the Mike Rowe, if you look at MikeRowe.com, he's got his own web page, or YouTube page, and he does that show about once or twice a week. Wait till he brings his mother on. His mother's a hoot. Deadliest Catch? I thought that was one of the Kardashian shows. All right, listen to the pitter-patter of teeny tiny feet here. I hate that sound. Hey, my corn's coming up. Ooh, I need to weed my corn. Gosh, I'm afraid to weed the corn. If I go to bed now... Wait a minute. Let's see what they're playing. Okay, I can't play too much or I'll get banned for some reason. Let me find my weeder. Not my wiener. My weeder. That's not it, I don't think. Let me see. Is it out in the field? Okay, that's fertilizer. There it is. Alright, we're going to go to the cornfield. Let me turn some lights on here. Find my cornfield. This is where I have trouble in this game because I seem to miss some of the fertilizing and the weeding, and I lose some of my yield because of that. So I need to catch this, and I'm afraid that by the time I wake up in the morning, the corn will be ripe, and I won't be able to do this. So let's just do it now. And who do we have working? Gino. Gino's not on today, is he? Well, anyway, Gino's doing the spraying here today. I don't know where he's at today, but he's working on my field. So as long as he's working, that's all I care about. Now, since I'm looking at fields, what's this one doing? Oh gosh, this is ready to harvest. I can't do anything with it. This one is ready to harvest. Oh, and it's okay. I got to this one okay. The corn I'm doing now. Let's run up field number 6. Oh, jeez. More corn up here, and I need a fertilizing up here. So let me run back. I guess I'm going to be working in the dark. I'm afraid to speed time up because my crops might grow too far. Let's get the other Rubicon. We'll get the other Rubicon out there. I think both cornfields need fertilizing. Now, where did I start? Did I start? I started over on this other side, didn't I? Let's see if I can do this without them knocking heads. Alright, who's working this one? Craig Wilson is on the job and ready for action. The Rubicon sprayer, that's the one. I modded this one. Nobody had done this, so I went and cloned it from Giant and modded it myself, and then as soon as I did, half a dozen of them came out by everybody else, but mine was the first, or that I know of. Go, Gino, go! You got to stay ahead of that guy over there. Now let's see. We got to do. Which way was it doing it? From the other way, wasn't it? Yeah, Scorpion was working on a mod that was a manure spreader, and he wanted to call it the Politician, and the webpage wouldn't allow him to do it because I think they were offended. Who could be offended? You know, who isn't offended by a politician? It isn't, you know, that people aren't. It's how many of them are. Or vice versa. I went the wrong dang way. I have to go north. I thought I had to go south. Yeah, they wouldn't let him do it, so I think he tried a couple of times. But everybody's offended by a politician. That's, and well, they should be. I think in today's political climate, I think the best thing that could happen in politics in the United States is if they did term limits, where you could only have like 1 or 2 terms as a politician. Some of these guys have been in there their whole lives. They've never worked a real job in their life. They could care less what the people want. All they're in there for is power and money. And that needs to stop. That's the first thing. Actually, that's the second thing. The first thing that needs to happen is for everybody to quit watching the news and listening to the news and reading newspapers. They have far too much power, the media. Just too much power. And obviously, they're not telling the news anymore. They're just pushing their own political agenda. And that needs to stop somehow. I don't know how. Yeah. You coming back, Bill, or Bill's going out and getting himself a drink, maybe? Bill got stuck in his shoe. Now, Scorpion, see what I mean? I did a live stream on YouTube 2 days ago, I think, and I got twice the people watching me as I have on Twitch. I don't know why I can't get anybody to watch Twitch. If I live stream on YouTube, I get quite a few more than twice what I can get when I live stream on Twitch. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, shoot. I better go check on those guys. They're going to run into each other. No Alan tonight. No, I haven't seen him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's run over and get... He's done, so let's put him away. And then maybe that one will go. I wonder why there's no light that goes in the back of this rig. A beatbox. Ah! That's funny. Uh-oh. Trouble. Who was on that one anyway? Hey, Craig! You're doing the spraying, buddy. Craig's on the spray rig here. Not this one. Let's get this one out of the way so Craig can get back to work. All right, let's see how this one is. This was the fertilizer. So this one's 100% fertilizer, and he's got all the weeds done. This one that Craig is working on. Where is Craig? There's Craig. This one is being weeded, I guess, but it needs fertilizer, so I need to get this one going. Back over on this other side. Well, you're in for luck, buddy. You get paid money in this one because I can't stop it. You'll get some wages. I can't remember how much, but you get paid wages. Let's see who's working this one. All right, so Craig Wilson again. Two Craigs. We got the Craig brothers out here. Uh-oh, they're going to meet in the middle, though. So I think I had him started on that other side. He's coming this way. These guys are going to meet in the middle. No, it's not much. I'll tell you what, though. I'll give you a bottle of Fireball at the end of the day. If you drink whiskey. Yeah, I think they're going to tangle here. These two Craigs. Tip to tip. Let's see what happens. I can't wait. The suspense is killing me. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, jeez. Oh. Stop. Can I lower it? Well, let's fold it up. And we'll let that Craig finish his job, and we'll start this one up. Oh no, you don't drink? I don't either. That's why I'm giving it to you. Alright, I had to fire Craig. So we got Pat Pearson on the job now. So Pat, he knows what he's doing. Oh, Craig must play World of Warcraft. That's what the little dwarves say in World of Warcraft. Little dwarf. Drinking problem? I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I fall down, no problem. That's what the orcs, that's what the dwarves in World of Warcraft say. In a Scottish accent, or as Addie calls them, Addie calls them dwarf. We were playing together, and I started a dwarf character, and she said, "What's that you're playing? That's not an elf." And I said, "No, it's a dwarf." "Oh, what's a dwarf?" So they called her a dwarf. Well, that's better than what she usually calls. She usually calls me a dork. Ah! 6 or 7 dwarves are not happy. True. But then on the same hand, 6 of 7 dwarves are not dopey. And 6 to 7 dwarves are not grumpy. Ah. Love it. I love it. Oh. Or Doc, right. I'm still thinking about it. I did the last live stream, if you were here. I did on YouTube. And I had more than twice the viewers that I have on Twitch. And I don't know why. And I'm seriously thinking about live streaming on YouTube again, but I don't know if it makes any difference. That's how my live stream got screwed up this morning, because I had live streamed on YouTube the other day, and I had my program set up for YouTube instead of Twitch. So I lost all my Twitch settings. Probably should have never became an affiliate of Twitch, because before I was an affiliate of Twitch, I could stream on both platforms without any trouble. Nobody cared. All right, let's go grab the other spray rig. Put him away for the evening. Well, 7 out of 7 of them are not Snow White. I know that. Yeah, that's the problem, Craig. I don't know what's right, because if I was one of these guys that quit my job and was doing this for a living, I'd be going by how many people I could get to pay me money. But I'm not. I'm just doing this for fun. Is it any less fun if I have half the people watching? I don't know. Probably not. And maybe the reason why I'm getting more people on YouTube is because most of those people are on my YouTube page. You know. I gotta get the windrower, and I think I've got my fertilizing and stuff done, so I can probably... Whoa, 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 where are you going? Man. Alright, I'm gonna turn my flashlight on, run to the... Whoa! Run to the house. What time is it? 21:29. Let's see. Let's sleep about 12 hours, I guess. Yeah, I know. It's hard to please everybody. You can't do it. I mean, really, it's kind of hard to please yourself a lot of times. Well, unless you're Scorpion. He's pretty happy with himself, I think. All right, these are ready. They're fully fertilized and weeded. That's ready to harvest. Oh my God. I still have this grass to cut. I've got this field that I didn't get weeded and needs to get finished harvesting. Man, that's a lot of friggin' weeds. Those look like flowers. Those don't look like weeds, but what do I know? One man's flowers, another man's weed, I guess. One man's flowers, another man's donut. Or cake, or whatever you make out of flour. Ah, scorpion. He does, doesn't he, Craig? He's an expert. He's an expert. Oh, I finally got to see Venom last night. Anybody seen that movie? It came a day early. It wasn't supposed to come till today, but it came yesterday. So we had an early dinner. We finished that, and within 15, 20 minutes, the power went out. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Now I told my wife when it was all said and done, I said, now, did you notice that Venom was eating people's heads? And there was a scene where the boyfriend and girlfriend went to dinner and came home and went to bed. And I told my wife, I said, did you notice that when they went to bed, we didn't see anything? We saw them at dinner, smooching it up. We saw them go home, and we saw them head for the bedroom shedding clothes, and the next thing you know, it's morning. Just like in the old days. That's the way the movies used to be. You didn't have to see what they did. You knew what they did. And I asked her, I said, did you notice that? And did you notice that although the Venom was eating people's heads off, you didn't actually see it? I said, because Sony made sure that they got a PG rating on that movie because they want to mix up the Spider-Man movies, which are Marvel. Well, the Spider-Man was... Sony owns Spider-Man rights, and they let Marvel use it to put... so that Spider-Man could be in the Marvel universe with the Avengers. And so, but they want to mix Venom up with the Spider-Man movie. So, since they want the Spider-Man movie to be a PG rating, they made sure that the Venom movie was also a PG rating. And I told my wife, I said, now, if they had shown what the two people did in their bedroom, if they had graphically shown that Venom ate somebody's head off, what would that have added to the movie? Now, I didn't mention this to her till the movie was completely over. And I said, do you think it would have made any difference? I said, well, yeah. She said, I probably would have closed my eyes because I don't like to see stuff like that. Talking about the blood and gore and stuff. And I said, yeah, but would it have changed the movie any? It wouldn't have. So why do they have to do it in all these new movies? Eddie, I'm getting hungry. That's right. Your pancreas is starting to look pretty good, buddy. Master baker. Actually, his wife's a master baker. Scorpion's wife is a baker. Eddie, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was entertaining. I actually liked it better than the Spider-Man movie. I'm getting kind of tired of the Spider-Man movie. They keep coming up with it. I'll tell you what really made me tired of the Spider-Man movie is they kept doing the same movie over and over and over. Why? Everybody that knows who Spider-Man is knows that he got bit by a spider and, you know, and got these superpowers. But every movie they make seems to be, okay, how did he get his powers? Well, we got to show you a whole movie where he gets bit by a spider and becomes Spider-Man. We know all of that. Give us a decent movie and quit making the same one over and over and over. So I was getting a little bit tired of the Spider-Man movies. So I'm kind of glad they did just a Venom. It's not a Spider-Man movie. It's a Venom movie. If you need it, they will come. Oh my God, did I just say that? That can have more than one connotation to it. And I don't know which one Scorpion's going to think of. I don't know how I'm going to ever get this done without Courseplay. I know, I said it. There goes my X-ray. There goes my PG rating. Yeah, I was too. And then the last Spider-Man they had, I actually liked as a character. The actor was out in another country doing promotional dinners and things like that, and he got ill. He got sick and couldn't make one of the dinners. And one of the big shot producers from Sony got mad that he didn't show up to the dinner and fired him. That was just stupid. The Dandy and Beano. One of my favorite one was the one in the newspaper about the little Irish guy named Andy. Andy Capp. Every time I see Andy's name, that's who I think of. And I know he's not Irish, but I'm pretty sure Andy Capp was a little Irish guy. It was in American comics. I don't know if you'd know who that is, Andy Capp. Whoa, full up again. All right, we're heading back. What's plus VAT? Value added tax? Yeah, Andy Capp. You know Andy Capp? When you first started coming onto my page, that's what I always got reminded of that comic that I used to read in the newspapers. The guy was my kind of guy. Well, I hit the bottom of my Mountain Dew. Man, this is a job without having Courseplay. My goodness, this is going to take forever. I still got more than half the field, I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. We got trouble in paradise over here. Yeah, Andy Capp was that generation's Norm from Cheers. There was another comic about that time that I used to watch. What the hell was his name? Sad Sack. About a little army private. He actually had a comic book too, Sad Sack. That's right. Andy Capp had a had a nagging, really bad nagging wife. I remember that. So he'd run down to the local pub, cheer himself up. Oh, was that her name? Flo? I couldn't remember that. Sounds familiar though. Now a sad sack has to. Yeah, I bet it does. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed one of the things I did just before I came in. If you remember in the last episode, or I shouldn't say episode, the last live stream, I talked about this MAN truck being able to pull fairly well, but it didn't stop very good. I beefed the brakes up. Let's test it out and see how it works now. I went in just before the live stream and beefed up the brakes on this. So it worked a lot better. Remember, that's a full load. It wouldn't stop on a dime. I didn't want to kick it up too high. But it works a little better. So I didn't put it in because I needed to get on the live stream. I did not put it in the OneDrive with the fixed brakes. But I will when I'm done here. I'll put it in the OneDrive. I wanted to test it first, and then I forgot all about it when I got into the live stream. Yeah, I'm sure there are score because it's just like the torque. There's values for the different torque depending on gearing and stuff. Let's get our spray rig. Who's working the combine still? Matt Jensen's working the combine. Let's get this put away. Hey, the corn's ready. I may have to break down and buy another combine. Helper Matt Jensen has a nearly full grain tank. Well, what are we going to do about that? Looks like my potatoes are ready too. Now, I didn't buy a potato harvester. I modded the potato harvester myself, and I'm still trying to figure out part of the mod. It works, but it's a little wonky. So here's what I did. I took the Beat technology, and I got one of these Holmers. I took this Holmer out of the game and remodded it, and let me buy it. And then I went to the headers, to the Beat Technology headers, and there was a sugar beet and a potato, but I did the sugar cane. Now, on the header itself, there's a placard that says sugar beets and potatoes. Now, I took the potato one and made it into sugar cane, and I couldn't get the DDS to work properly. I got this DDS to work fine, although it's not orange. But I don't have sugar cane on this one, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I do have potatoes. But on the back of this, there's a placard that says potatoes. So the reason I'm telling you that is if you get this mod from my OneDrive, there is a sugarcane header, and it does work. The problem, though, that I was having was with the DDS. What's going on? Let me out of this. Let me out. The problem I was having is this placard right here. I was trying to change the placard to say sugar beets, and I couldn't get it to work for the life of me. So I'm still working on it. So if you use the sugarcane one that you get out of my OneDrive, it works on sugarcane. It's not a problem, but it's going to say potato on it. So you're gonna you need to remember where you put it so you don't get it mixed with the potato one. And I'm still working on getting that changed to sugar cane. But the reason why I like this is because you only have to buy one harvester and just change the header instead of buying 3 or 4 or 5 different harvesters. What'd you find, Lynn? A stereotype song? Hey, Farmer Boy, how are you? Surprised it's still on YouTube? How's your afternoon going, Farmer Boy, or evening, depending on where you're at? All right, Lynn, I'll have to watch that later. I tagged it in my bookmarks for future viewing. Now, here's one thing I like to do on this. If you notice, you can change the steering. You've got articulated, which I don't like articulated rigs that much. I have a hard time using them. So you can change that to crab steering, and then it steers weird like this. And you can do, see, look, it goes sideways. You can do crab steering to the right, and then it crab steers to the right, or you can do all-wheel steering. That's usually what I have mine at, is all the wheels turn. It's not articulated anymore. That's what I usually use. I don't know what the hell that crab steering's for. That just seems silly to me, but what do I know? Andy, oh, I forgot. I'm on Twitch again. I'm sorry, Andy. Farmer Boy, I know where you're at. So it is good evening for you. You're kind of a bit down last week. I've kind of been that way. No, wait a minute. Serge. I'm sorry, Serge. I'm looking at Andy. I'm confused. Never mind. I'm going to just take a second. Take a deep breath. Why are you down, Serge? Because I've kind of been down this last week too. And I don't know, because Christmas is coming up, and I know that all that business with people trying to take Christmas off of TV and Christmas out of the schools, and, you know, they're afraid somebody's going to be offended because it's Christmas time. I know that bothers me, and I've been a little bit down about that kind of stuff. Yeah, crab steer. Go team, go. All right, now I've got to figure out here. Oh, God, he's not done yet. Who do I have working that anyway? Craig Dodds is doing potatoes. Hey, Craig. Craig can do it upright. Craig's really working today. I think I'm finally going to get this field done before the weeds catch up to me. Go, soybeans, go. Well, I want to wait for the soybeans to get finished here. Let me take over for this guy. I want to clean up the end of this field here. For the farms that have angles on them, yeah, I guess. Still seems kind of silly to me, but what do I know? I thought you were going to say for the farms that are close to the ocean, that are on the ocean, where the crabs are. Yeah, my field goes right out about a quarter mile into the ocean, so I have to crab steer out there. Okay, I don't normally do this, but this looks interesting. So I'm going to head in a straight line here. Well, straight for me, crooked for the field. Oh, sorry to hear that, Serge. You know, it's inevitable that we all end up the same. It's just too bad when it has to happen during the Christmas holiday. I know Craig lost his grandma a couple of days ago, and it was actually the same day that my father passed 2-3 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. It just seems like it happened last Christmas, but all right, now I can take this guy. Let's start this feller up on this canola up here. I don't know how much straw I've got, but I may just need to plow that under. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all picked up or not. I should check and see how much I've got. All right, let's check these brakes out. Not too bad. I don't like this pumping business though on the brakes. Busy week. All right, let me go get some potatoes here. What happens if you drive through the water on 19? I don't think I've drove a rig through water yet. Man, that's look that that harvester only went 1.5 trips on this field and got 100,000 liters of potatoes. Man, that's a lot of potatoes. I'm glad I did this on a small, whatcha-dinner. Well, I don't want to try it with a load of potatoes. I'll wait. Small plot. Yeah, small field. Sorry. Did I say small farm? I meant a small field. I'm glad I just seeded a small field with potatoes and not a huge field. Oh, I still got to pick up that hay. Man, I got so much stuff to do. Yeah, I don't like this brake pumping business. I want to hit the brake and have it work. I don't want this pumping business. What's that all about? So I was going to do 2 hours today. It's already been 2 hours, but I think my wife had an appointment and somebody's everybody's out doing stuff today. So I think I'm going to go another 45 minutes. That'll give me 3 hours. I think I can sneak it in. I don't think they'll be back before 3. I might have to go out and check and see what's going on. Let me see what happens if I drive into water. Yeah, big mistake. It kicked me out. I can't get out now. Help, I'm falling. Look! I put marks in the water. Help! It turned my truck into a frame. Look, I'm swimming. I swim over the top of it. Alright, well, I guess there's nothing to do about that except for reset the darn thing if I can find it. There's the truck. There's the trailer. Oh shoot, you know what? My truck's gonna have no gas in it now. It takes, when you do that, it takes all your gas, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what Scorpion just told me. Cornfed, how are you? The last I heard, they said that they would put it in their GitHub page when it's ready. So, and I haven't checked their GitHub page. Scorpion, are you at work? You are, aren't you? Lynn, can you go to... Do you know where their GitHub page is for Courseplay? But they said they'd notify on the GitHub page when it's ready to come out. Well, hey, it didn't take my fuel. Did they fix that? Look, it didn't take my fuel. They must have fixed it. People were upset about that, you know. Courseplay, Lynn. Maybe Scorpion can do it. I'm just curious because I haven't been to Courseplay's GitHub page recently. I'm doing great, sir. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by, keeping us company here. Well, that was a fruitless test. God, I need to get more combines. This is crazy. Uh-oh, I didn't get close enough. Let's try this here. There we go. That's a lot of potatoes, I tell you what. Yeah, if you see Courseplay on a mod page, it's probably not them. Because the last time I looked, now unless they've changed, the last time I looked, they said they were going to be putting it out different, you know, not on web pages. Everything changes though, so I don't know. Yeah, if you go to that, there should be information as to how they're doing on it. The last I heard, they were still working on it. It wasn't really available for FS19 yet, and they said that they would put a notice on the GitHub page when it was ready to download. That's the last I heard, but that was a month and a half ago, or longer. When did the game come out? It was shortly after the game came out. I went to their GitHub page and checked it out. Let's hear some Christmas music. Oh, you can't. Oh, there it goes. Oh, Christmas tree with some sleigh bells. I wish I could jump out of this and it would still keep doing it. I think it's the mod that stops it. I don't know. Because I have not used the in-game silo, so I don't know how it works. I've always used a mod ever since the game came out. That'd be a bummer if you couldn't get out of your rig. Indeed. All right, let's see. Let's go get some canola while the potato guy's working. Six more boxes, huh? Okay. Not a Christmas song? Oh, Christmas tree is not a Christmas song? Are you saying, oh no, not a Christmas song? Are you being facetious? No, it's a Christmas song because it's the name of the song is "Oh Christmas Tree." Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. All right, Craig's sitting there patiently waiting. I do have another truck, but I don't know if this guy can do the job. This is a small tractor. This little Lamborghini Linguini. No, that's not the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see? That's the national anthem. The Star Spangled Banner, that's the national anthem. We do have another one about purple skies or Purple Mountain's Majesty. I can't remember the words to that. America, America, blah, 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 blah. That kind of thing. But that's not the national anthem either, though. Well, look at this Lamborghini go. This is a small tractor. Now, that's a small trailer, too, but it's 32,000. Potatoes? And look, this Lamborghini's just going to town. Wow. I know I did beef the Lamborghini up, but I didn't make it that strong. This little Lamborghini doesn't even have a weight on the front end. Look at that. Sweet. I like it. Oh, this is one of them dumpy trailers. I don't like the dumpy trailers. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, now my truck, where's he at? I'm waiting for this combine. Now, notice that my truck did take some damage when I drove in the water. So I may have to, like, repair it. I sound like a California chick now. Oh, man, I have to, repair it now. What would shock me is if somebody would know what repair means. You need to fisk it. Oh, what the heck's it going on? Man, this is the quietest time I've had in a while. I'm having trouble, guys. I'm having trouble getting time to do live streams. Or even record videos. I've got so much going on this year. It's been awful. I mean, as far as that goes. It's been good because that's the thing I like best about the holidays is being with family. But as far as the YouTube page and the live streaming, I haven't had any time to do anything. The UK is boring. Now, see, that was the point I made about last week when I got into a lot of trouble. Well, I didn't get into trouble. I felt bad about getting into the subject, was politics. And that was one of the points I made, that I have no idea what other countries' flags look like, who their politicians are, who's leading their country, what their national anthem is, because it doesn't affect me. I've never been off the continental United States, and there's probably more than 40 states I've never been to. And so it kind of bothers me when I look in the news and all these other countries are bad-mouthing everything about us in America. Why do they have the right to do that? We don't. It doesn't affect them. We don't. Well, I guess it does. But if somebody asked me who's the leader of England, I don't even know. I know that England has a queen, but they don't actually lead the country. They have a parliament, I know, and is it a president or a prime minister or a czar? And I wouldn't be able to tell you who it was because it doesn't affect me. I can't vote for them. I couldn't change their politics if I wanted to. So why would I care? But anyway, there you go. I just had to say it. I said it before. I'm going to get in trouble again, aren't I? All right, I'm talking about farming now. Let's see, what do we got to do? We got to get... I want to get this truck emptied, and I want to go over... I haven't tried to repair the rig yet, so I want to do that. I think it's getting. If you listen to the United States media, if you listen to the media, which I know a lot of countries do for some reason, you can't believe a word they say. There's a reason why the word fake news is out quite a bit lately, because it is. If you listen to them, though, if you really listen to them, you're going to think that half of the United States hates their own country and wants to leave. If you listen to the media, I just don't get it. I don't know what they do. You know that saying, the grass is always greener, on the other side of the fence? It ain't true. That I know of. Let's see if I can repair this thing. How's it work? Do I have to be out of it? Or am I supposed to be... Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm supposed to be in front of the building. You have a prime minister named Theresa May. Yeah, see, I wouldn't know. But again, I don't... Even if you told me, well, our prime minister said this or is doing that, it doesn't affect me. I can't, like I said, I can't vote for them. So why would I care? So it always bothers me. I wouldn't come out here and start bad-mouthing your prime minister, because I don't know who they are. I don't know how I could change anything about them. So why would I take my time and effort to bad-mouth them? So I don't know why everybody's bad-mouthing us. It's just, Anyway. Customize. Oh, no. I want to repair. I came in here to repair, didn't I? There we go. That was easy. How much did that cost me? $63. That's reasonable. So I can drive through that water anytime I want. It's only going to cost me $63. Let's do it again. No, let's not. Brexit. That sounds like a breakfast cereal. No, it sounds like a toothpaste. Make your smile bright with Brexit. Brush every day with Brexit. I have no idea what Brexit is. I'm making stuff up. That's a lot of taters, guys. Brexit is where you have a freeway and an IHOP in the end. I like IHOP. I haven't been to an IHOP in years. We don't have one locally. I'd have to drive 100 miles to get to the nearest IHOP. And I'd need a GPS to find it. I like IHOP. Scorpion says there's a place called Waffle something or other. Is it Waffle World or Waffle something? We don't have those here. I like any restaurant that serves breakfast anytime you want to eat it. Waffle House. There you go. They make up their own recipes for stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong, Scorpion? Alright, I was going to do something else. I don't remember what it was. Let's use this guy and get some canola. Where is the canola? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to go in and check, see how much straw I've got, because I'm getting tired of picking up that dang straw. Let's see here. What does straw look like nowadays? It's a little squiggly thing, isn't it? A triangle with a squiggly in it. Okay, that's grass. That's straw, I think, right there. That's hay right there. So we have almost 2 million in straw. That's a lot of straw. But then again, what I hate to waste the money on it. I don't have a straw barn. Let me see. Hang on. I gotta do this. There's a sell point. Let me see where I can put this thing. Interesting. Where can I put this? I don't want to put it in front of my house. Let's see, it's not very big. Let me spin it around here and see if I can plop it down somewhere over here, and maybe it won't affect the field too dang much if I just plop it down right about there. All right. Where's my quicker picker-upper? Where's the quicker picker-upper? There it is. Let's see what kind of price we get for straw, and then it will be worth picking up then. I don't need to store it anymore, though. Let me jump over this. Hang tight. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I had to talk to my wife was just heading out to a doctor appointment, and I wanted to talk to her before she left, so I had to run. Had to run really quick. I didn't realize it was that late. I knew she had an appointment about 3 o'clock, and anyway, I guess you guys are still here. Yeah, Singapore's interesting. Talking about Singapore. In Singapore, you have to get a permit to buy a car. And it's very expensive. It's like hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a permit to drive a car. So in Singapore, you'll see all these cars that are like, you know, very, very rich people driving these cars because they're the only ones that can drive a car because it costs so much. And the permit is only good for a number of years. Then you have to apply for a new permit to drive. Can I make silage from it? Not that I know of. I don't have a machine that makes silage. You can put one of them silly clamps in, but I don't do that. And that only doesn't take straw. It only takes grass to make silage. And chaff. I think you can use chaff, but I don't think you can use straw to make silage. I could be wrong. You couldn't in 17 unless it was a mod. All right, let's see if we can sell this, and if we can, how much it's worth. Let's see, what are we going to get for 150,000 liters of straw so far? And see if this is worth picking up. $28,000 for a load of straw? I guess it's worth picking up. Wow. That's pretty good. I'm surprised how good this Lamborghini does. Scorpion, are you still using the Lamborghini? I should have made a different colored one. Make a purple one. Call it my pimp mobile. Oh, in Singapore, it's all public transportation because people can't afford to drive. I was watching this show about a motel in Singapore that's got a swimming pool on the roof. And it's like, I can't remember how many stories this place is. It's so high. It's one of the tallest buildings in Singapore, and it's got the whole top end is a swimming pool. And the building is on jacks because they have to adjust for the wind because the water is so heavy on top of the building that they have these automatic jacks that level the building when the wind's blowing. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And they had this guy that was doing the video on it, and he was trying to do some of the jobs, and one of the jobs was a valet. Every single car was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or some very, very, very expensive car. And that's when they said, yeah, it's because to be able to drive a car in Singapore, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to have a permit just to buy a car. Yeah, the biggest city in my state of Oregon is Portland. We only have one big city, and it's Portland. And it's not a big city if you compare it to, other states, California, New York, places like that. It's not. Portland's not even as big as Seattle and Washington. But it's our biggest city, and they have what they call a MAX system, a TriMet, and it's empty half the time. And they have like what they call park and ride, so people will drive to this mass transit place, park their car, and then take the transit into the city. But even so, it's empty most of the time. I mean, not literally, but it's never at full capacity. Wow. I'm glad this isn't Sugar Beets. I feel like Bill. Whatever happened to Bill? Did he leave? I think he did. Indeed. Indeed. Okay. Okay, I just looked it up. The average cost of car ownership in Singapore, a new Toyota Corolla Atlas costs about $104,000. Every year, expect to buy an average of $1,473 a year on car insurance, $620 for service and maintenance, $742 road tax, $2,341 in petrol costs. There was, let's see what else. Okay. In addition, there's a registration fee. The first is $20,000 to register a car. The next is $30,000, and then there's $50,000. And they only last for a number of years, I think it said. Wow, amazing. Alright, let's see. I need to get this guy. I need to get this windroad here. Okay, drop it. Turn it on. And off we go. Now this is hay. I need this for the horses. Yeah, they said this hotel that I was watching about this hotel, about 90% of the people that worked in the hotel were commuting from China. and I can't remember that this hotel had. It had like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. It had like 100 different chefs. I mean, it was amazing. It's so big. I can't remember how many employees they had. They have their own uniform system that everybody wears a different uniform. So if you're a housemaid, you wear one uniform. If you're working in the kitchen, you wear a different one. If you're and they walk up. You get you have your own kind of a locker thing where you walk up to this door. You type in your code. Your uniform has been cleaned by the company, and it comes to you on a conveyor belt. And when it gets there, you open up the locker door, grab your uniform, and off you go. It's amazing. It's just unbelievable. They've got this woman that's in charge of the uniforms, and they actually tailor the uniforms to the people and stuff. It's pretty amazing. How am I going to do this? Let me do it this way. On the end here. Weehaw. Now, interesting. I don't know what this is going to do on the way back. If you remember, I couldn't tether this going south. Let me see if I can windrow it going south. I forgot all about doing this, and the grass is growing up on me already. Hey, John, how you doing? Yeah, I know. I don't own the property. No, it looks like it's going to windrow, but it wouldn't tether going both ways. That's weird. Hey, John, how's your day going, buddy? I hope everything's well with you and your family. Because it's the family time of year. I can't wait to Christmas because I start growing my beard out. My beard grows really fast, and normally I keep it fairly trimmed. But just before Thanksgiving, I'll start growing my beard out because the kids think I look like Santa Claus when I grow my beard out. So I always I don't dress up as Santa Claus, but I do have a Santa Claus hat. And I mentioned this earlier. My wife bought me an apron. It's a big, heavy apron, and it looks like a Santa suit, but it's just an apron you wear. And it goes down to my knees. So I'll put that on and a Santa hat, and the kids just think I'm Santa Claus. And so I grow my hair out my beard out every year, and shave it at Christmas time. It grows really fast. I can have a full beard in no time. Tell you what, though, it's getting grayer every year. My hair's not gray, but my beard is. Or getting there. No, it's not a white beard. I don't have a white beard. It's pretty gray, though. I often thought about dyeing it white, but never got around to it. Now it's going gray, so it doesn't matter. I had a friend of mine had had a white beard. He was barely in his 30s. Some people's hair gets gray and white. Well, a lot of people nowadays are bald before they're 30. I don't have that problem. I have to get a haircut about every week almost. Grows damn fast. You ain't nothing but a ho ho ho. I just watched a movie where they asked Santa Claus to say ho ho, and he said that's fake news. I don't say ho ho ho. That was funny. If you guys have ever watched the show Cheers, there's a guy in it that's called Norm, and he has kind of curly. It's not just curly hair; it's curly with waves in it, and I have hair just like that. I can pretty much walk out in a tornado and my hair doesn't move. All right. Norm. Yeah, I have really curly, wavy hair. So, and just like the ocean, you have the ocean, the waves reach a peak and then they, fall over. My hair does that. About every third haircut, the waves in my hair are peaking. I hate it. I need another cold drink. It's been a long time. What time is it? I've been on here for a while now. 2:56. Yeah, I'm almost out of here. I think I'll have a squirt. I haven't had a squirt. Anybody drink squirt? It's a citrus drink. It's more citrusy, if that's a word, than Mountain Dew and 7-Up. I like it once in a while. I like a change once in a while. All right, here we go. Oh, man, that's cold. Gotta love it. You ever had a 7-Up, Serge? I don't know what kind of drinks you guys have over there. It's a citrus drink. The squirt is. It's more kind of a grapefruity flavor. I mean, it doesn't taste like grapefruit juice, but it's got that kind of a flavor to it. A citrus. It's a strong citrus flavor. You know a squirrel? No, it doesn't taste anything like a squirrel. And believe it or not, I've eaten squirrel. My wife's family was from Arkansas, and they'd go up into the Appalachians and hunt squirrels and stuff. They canned squirrel. They always want me to be eating squirrel when I go and visit. I was like, what? You know squirrel? What? Next thing you know, you want me to eat a chipmunk or something. Or they eat possum too. Ah, no thanks. Man, that's cold. Cold, cold, cold. Come on, potatoes. What was that? Oh, Static Shurikens. Well, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much. I got to fix that. My minions are gone. I've got to fix my live stream. I goofed up and I did a live stream on YouTube and changed all my settings for Twitch, and now they're all messed up. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, he is waiting on me. All right, fine. Who is that? Craig Dodds is still working potatoes. Is Craig still here, or do you go to bed? It's late over there for you guys, isn't it? What time is it? Oh my goodness, it is late. for you guys. Early afternoon for me, but late for you guys. Some of you. $11 p.m. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. I still didn't get close enough. Midnight where Surge is at. Scorpion's now off work. Scorpion will be heading for dinner here pretty soon. When it's dinner time in Texas. You guys eat nothing but barbecue in Texas? I can't keep up with Craig. He's harvesting potatoes faster than I can get it in a truck. Wife went to buy groceries? Cool. I don't like buying groceries. I don't go grocery shopping. But you don't? I know you all carry a gun. At least that's what I hear in the news. Don't you guys carry a gun and a bottle of whiskey in your hand? I think it's a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a gun in the other. Cowboy boots and hats and spurs. Gotta include those. That's what I heard. It's in the news all the time. Burned steaks. I do. They always ask me when I go to have a steak how I want it cooked. I want it charbroiled. I want it well done, over well done. Okay, you have a hat and boots. Well, I have a hat and boots. Well, not the boots. I got rid of the boots years ago. I can't wear them anymore, but because of my feet. But I still have a cowboy hat and shirt, and I do carry guns. I got a couple of handguns, 2 shotguns, a rifle, and I have one of the shotguns is a shotgun with a rifle. It's what they call an over-under. It's a varmint gun. It's a 22 rifle with a 410 shotgun on it. So you have 2 triggers, one for the rifle and one for the shotgun. It's a varmint gun. It's for killing small animals. You know, going to the dump, killing rats, shooting prairie dogs, that kind of thing. Okay, let's go put this windrower away. Well, I haven't hunted for years. I used to hunt quite a bit when I was living at home. That's how we got our meat for the winter. And we hunted for food. We didn't hunt for. We weren't hunting for fun or for trophies. We were hunting for food. My family, we'd all go and get our hunting license and tags, and we would hunt. And we would take all the deer that we got and get it butchered, and then we would split the meat evenly between the families. So everybody got meat. Didn't matter whether you got your deer or not. It didn't matter whether your deer was the littlest one or the biggest one. It didn't matter. All of the meat got butchered and split up equally. So everybody had their share of meat, because that's why we were doing it, for food, to get our family through the winter. But I haven't done that in years. So my guns have not seen the light of day in years. They've been locked up for 15 years. I don't even think I have ammunition anymore for any of my guns. I'll never give them up, but I haven't used one in years. They're locked up. Nobody can get to them but me. Well, my wife can get to them. I'm not surprised. Vending machine guns. What kind of plastic do they use? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Hey, Harold, when did Harold go to work? I got Harold working out here. There's Craig. Harold is working the canola. I didn't know that. All right, let's go get some more canola. So, how many people have a Christmas tree this year? And of those of you that have a Christmas tree, how many of them are a real tree and not a fake tree? Just curious. We gave up a real tree years ago. When I bought a tree, I spent like $50 for it. Wasn't even very big. We got it home. We took it in the house. We put it on a stand, put some water in it. Went out to the garage to get some lights and Christmas ornaments to put on it. We got it all decked out. We went to bed. The next morning we got up. There was not one needle on the tree. The carpet was just full of needles. The tree had some kind of disease. Now, I spent a fortune on it. And the next Christmas, I bought a fake tree, and I've had one ever since. The parrot, you let your parrot loose in the house? Uh-oh. The potato tractor's on the landing pad. Was that Nightbot? I have Nightbot turned off. Did Nightbot? I don't think Nightbot's on. I think that's the Twitch bot. Yeah, somebody was complaining about Nightbot. I turned it off. You can't cage a bird all the time. Why? I cage my cat. Well, actually, I don't have a cat. I cage my dog all the time. Somebody told me today, I can't remember who it was. No, it wasn't. It was in the last live stream. Where was it? Oh, hell, I can't remember. Somebody said that they had a relative that had a parrot, and they named their parrot Rudy. So every time their parrot is talking, it's... No, wait a minute. I can't remember. Anyway, they got a parrot that says Rudy all the time. That'd drive me nuts. Good Lord. There's a lot of potatoes on this field. My parrot's called Molly. That's a good name, Molly. Your parrot rode on your dog's back. When my wife and I first met, we were going to take a hiking trip. We were going to hike out and camp for a weekend, and I can't remember. It was not very long. It was about 5 or 6 mile hike. And she had a little bitty dog, and she said, "I'm taking the dog." And I said, "What's the dog eat?" She said, "Dog food." I said, "I'm not packing dog food." And so I got some canvas and I made this dog a little backpack, and I made the dog carry his food in. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Manual? What? Manula? I don't know. Well, I tell you, this map is fun to play because it's big and flat, but oh my God, without course play, it takes forever to do anything. I mean, seriously, look. Where's that tater guy? Look at this. Look at this. This is one of the smallest fields I've got. And he hasn't even done maybe a third. How many potatoes do I have? It's only a third. Right there. I've already got almost 500,000 in potatoes, and I haven't even done a third of the smallest field I own. Unbelievable. I can't wait for, I was going to say YouTube. I can't wait for course play. God. Manuel? Manuel. Manuel. Manula. Is that like Ricola? Ricola. Is it Ricola or Ricola? Is this Ricola? You know, they're advertising a throat lozenge. If their throat was that bad, how could they yell Ricola? They go, sorry, my throat's scratchy. It makes sense to me. I want to drive through the water again, but I don't want to have to repair the truck. I never thought about it. What about the trailer? Does the trailer might be hurt too. How I say it? Now you put me on the spot. I don't remember. Because I say taco instead of taco. Manuel. Manuel. I can't remember. Somebody got mad at me because I said "ought" all the time. I think it was Andy. Can't remember. Might have been. It might have been. What's his name? That's not here. I can't think of his name. Help me! Help me! Alan. Might be Alan. It was Alan. Andy's right. Andy's right. It was Alan. Unit Raiser. Want to know what I think would be good in Farming Simulator 20? What? I'll bite. Whatever a phone can handle. Yeah, it'll probably be for a phone. Uh, Farming Simulator 20 is probably going to be for a mobile. Hunting? Well, see, for those of you that used to watch me play Farmer's Dynasty, they got all these pigs and deer running all over. And I kept waiting for them to give us a gun so we could go hunting, because they gave us a fishing pole so we could go fishing. And we never got a gun to go hunting. Let's go make some more money. Okay, what I'm going to do. I'm going to run down this way. Just run over every big pile. Feel like I'm wailing. What's today? Is today Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday, isn't it? I keep thinking today's Monday, but it's not. Can you imagine doing this in real life? It'd be so fun. Wee-haw! Do they have seat belts in tractors nowadays? I haven't been in a tractor in 20 years. It's Tuesday. Tuesday U.S. time. Okay. Well, I don't know why I kept thinking it was Monday. Look, I missed a hump. How did I miss that hump? Now I'm being OCD now, picking up this little bit that don't amount to nothing. Let's sell this stuff and I'll go do the same thing on the other end. You have to have a seat belt with dynamic seating. Where do they come up with these names, dynamic seating? Can't they just call it sitting down? You're going to sit down in the tractor because there's a chair. Oh, it's dynamic. What does that mean? Is it like a bidet where it washes your butt for you while you're driving? We don't have bidets here. Look at them Japanese toilets where you got to have a remote control and an IQ of 120 to run it. 10,000 on a partial load of straw. Because you can do it dynamically. What is that? What is that? Sounds like a superhero. Here comes the dynamic man. What? What's his superpower? Well, he can do it dynamically. Okay. Does he need a seatbelt? Heated toilet seat, yeah. They have everything. The Japanese ones, they've got a remote control that opens and closes it, keeps it hot. It's got the bidet, and it pops a drink up for you so you can sit there and drink, and turns the TV on so you can watch TV and work the phone and all kinds of junk. Yeah, well, think about it. Every time you go to the bathroom, it's like going to Disneyland. I expect to see a sign as you walk in the bathroom door. There should be a sign there that says you have to be this tall to ride this ride. Here's your remote control. This tractor looks like it's... Whoa. That's weird. Alright, let's flip around. I got a better crop of weeds on this field than I got anything else. Yeah, I can't wait for course play. This is too hard. I'm not complaining because I'm so happy to have a 4X map that has flat or semi-flat. Now you notice the fields are not completely flat. They have a little bit of a roll to them here and there. But they're good size, that's for sure. It's nice to have a map that you can farm. So I don't mean to complain that, you know, it's taking me so long to get it done. I'll never forget, I was watching a movie where a guy goes into a bathroom over in Europe and they have a bidet and he thinks it's a water fountain and he's drinking out of it. Hey Cloud, how are you? Cloud says course play or even a bigger forage wagon with the tedder arms to cover 2 strips of straw on one pass. Yeah, we had one in 2017. I had that Scorpion. Was that a Krone that we had that had the boom on it? The sweeper booms? I'm just making up words 'cause I don't know what else to call them. They were like grasshopper wings or something. Dude, Cloud just finished dinner. What'd you have? 19,520 for that one. For that. Okay, let's see. I gotta pick up some canola. Where am I at here? Is this a canola field? Harold is patiently waiting. Yeah, it was a Krone. Yeah, we had a Krone that had, there were 2 versions of it. One had a longer boom arms than the other one did. I never used the one with the smaller boom, but that was handy. Leftover turkey and mashed taters. Mashed taters are my favorite. I love mashed taters. Oh, this is the Joshkin. Shrimp and pasta for dinner. I got leftover rotisserie chicken and some diced fried potatoes and some corn, frozen corn. I like frozen corn better than the canned corn. I haven't checked on the animals for a couple of episodes here. Oh, where am I going? I'm Rost. You're going to get Rost, you boy. That was from a movie. The hell was the name of it? The Frisco Kid with the guy that played Willy Wonka. Gene Wilder. That's a funny movie. It's got Harrison Ford in it. Harrison Ford's a cowboy. Gene Wilder plays a Jewish rabbi that's coming over from Poland, and he's supposed to have a church ready for him in California, but something happens, and he gets on a ship that goes to the East Coast, has to travel all the way to the West Coast, and it's the adventures that he has on the way. He meets Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford kind of takes him under his wing and helps him get to California. It's funnier than I'll Get Out. It's a very good movie if you haven't seen it. Alrighty. Let's see. I want to pick up a little bit of this hay. And let's see. I've been on since about noon, so I think I'm gonna call it a stream here in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go a little bit longer, but about 5 or 10 minutes. I need to get up and walk around, I guess. I can't do those long live streams like I was doing. I was doing 6 and 8 hour live streams. And I don't know how the heck I was doing them. That's a long time for me to be sitting around. Listen. Let me get back. Can you guys hear the water sound? There must have been water around here when they redid the fields. That's funny. If they're huge, how can they call them shrimp? An aquifer. Can you make garments out of an aquifer? Water garments. You could make rain clothes out of an aquifer. Trying to think of a new Christmas song. Oh, holy smokes. A wetsuit. There you go. When does that movie Aquaman come out? It looked like it was going to be okay. I think it's supposed to come out pretty soon. Christmas time, maybe, which is not that far away. Somebody just got paid. But that was Craig. Craig was worried he wasn't going to get paid for working my combine. I think he just got paid. Well, this is kind of boring, isn't it? I'm putting myself to sleep. I need to get a bigger Big Bud to do this. This one's too slow. Because this quicker picker upper will do about 24 miles an hour. This Big Bud just doesn't want to haul it that fast. You guys got me talking about food. Now I'm getting hungry. Isn't that weird? 1 second you're fine, the next second you're starving. The draw distance in this game is not very long, is it? Not very far. I guess it's okay. I got a pretty powerful computer. It should be able to draw at a distance. But it's not set up for that, I guess. Crackers, huh? I got a package of crackers that are Ritz crackers with peanut butter in between them. They're just little snack packs. I got a couple of them sitting here, but I couldn't bring myself to eat them while I'm live streaming, for one thing. But I don't like ruining my dinner either. I hear that water's pretty loud right here. Now it's kicking up to 22. Must be going downhill. Let's go store some hay. Maybe. I haven't checked, Andy. You might be able to. But when I set the game up, I set it up to have high everything. I mean, I'm playing on Ultra. You'd think that that would be able to change that without having to do it manual. Manual. That's what you were trying to say earlier. I don't know why I got to doing that. At some point in time, I started saying, yeah, we're going to work manual. Anyway, there you go. Well, guys, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm going to call it a stream. I've been on since noonish. And I'm glad I could sneak in today. I'm going to try to sneak in again on maybe Thursday. If I can. So I will hopefully see you then, but I think I'm going to call it an episode here or stream. And I hope you can come and see me again. And I want to thank everybody for coming in this afternoon, this evening. And I'll see you next time. Hope you had fun. Good night.